I am particularly offended by other people's bad habits that are not the same as my own at the present time. The way they always do those things, this and that and other stuff that I don't have the time, money, or energy to do anymore. But if you've got some things to say about stuff I do every day that is not the same as yourself at the present time, who, tell me who, that's WHO, died and made you king.
Be me. Be 16 at new high school. Months pass, still no friends. People ignore me, bully me. Decide to host movie night at my house to make friends. People show up, but don't like the movie. They tease me the next day in school. No options yet, but let's try another movie night. 20 people show up just to make fun of me. Put on my favorite Jim Carrey movie. They actually like it. The next day in school, people start defending me. Hey, don't pick on Anon. He's pretty cool. Have a bunch of friends now. My face when nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask. Here's a picture of Bane.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could put on the Corona mask too.
If you can find one.
Yeah.
Good luck
They
finding
don't actually help you not get sick. They will help you
for everybody
from
else, right?
contaminating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on the mask. Surgical masks keep you from giving it away. The other masks keep you from getting it.
Yeah.
And
I used to put whitey tighties on my head when I was a kid, like a mask.
Did that
I
help?
mean, you could
Yeah.
still
You never
do
got
it
the
and poke some
coronavirus.
holes in it, and people
Just
stay
one
away
eye. I
from
don't
you.
want to. Yeah.
Yeah, you did
In
it through the penis hole.
1977, women made 2 jock straps a sports bra. I say in 2020, we make a jock strap breathing mask.
I'm in.
Can I wipe my ass with it?
That's going to be
Probably.
the real serious question soon.
You know,
Yeah.
here's a funny tidbit.
The real questions.
Over the time of my life, I've collected a lot of tools. And sometimes when I can't find those tools, I would just, because I had money at the time, I would just buy another one. Specifically, let's talk about paint rollers. So I need to go do some paint, and I go, God damn it, where's my paint roller at? I've lost my paint roller. Because I wouldn't know where my paint roller was. I'd get it.
Common problem.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I've got somewhere north of 12 paint rollers.
Why?
I've managed to get them all together now.
Dave.
The
Dave, are you
same
a hoarder?
thing, it applies to those breathing masks.
Yeah.
So whenever I would sand stuff or whatnot, I'd go, I know I bought some. I know I bought like 15 of them. I mean, where are they at? Oh, there they are. I'm going to need 1 or 2 more, so I'd buy them. I've not had to go out to buy these little N95 masks, but I got plenty. Like,
You've got some?
yeah,
You've got
hell
some?
yeah.
Those things are like fucking gold right now.
Why don't
Sell.
you sell them?
Yeah.
Sell them.
$1,000 a piece, man.
Be one
My
of the
stock's worth the
assholes on
shit.
eBay selling shit
Yeah.
for way too much.
Sign them too and make them worth money.
Within 12 feet of my entrance to my garage, I was able to come across 7 of them.
Well, what do you want
Hey.
for them, man?
You need to forge Tom Hanks' signature
Yeah.
on each one.
All right.
Think of,
That's awesome,
think of how high the
bro.
price will go. Yeah, maybe you could do an Idris Elba model. Think of the
Did you guys
possibilities.
see
It'd
that
be amazing.
clip from Ildris?
No.
Okay, that might be something we should put up on the show. But Ildris, I like you, bro, but that bit where you announced that you had Corona
Yeah.
was way too dramatic. You were
Oh, I didn't
all
see
like,
it. I want to see it.
I got a test today,
Idris Elba.
and I am positive for Corona.
What?
The fuck are you
And
talking
either
about?
his daughter or his wife, I don't know how things work on that other side of the equator, but she was all like,
Equator.
Equator. The
Did he do it in
Mason
his
line
British
for Corona.
accent?
He was somewhere else when he was recording it. That's all.
Oh,
All right, here we go.
okay.
Hey, what's up, guys? So look, this morning I
Full
got
screen.
test results back for coronavirus, and it came back positive. Yeah, and it sucks. Listen, I'm doing okay. Sabrina hasn't been tested, and she's doing okay. I didn't have any symptoms. I got tested because I realized I was exposed to someone who had also tested positive. I found out last Friday that they were tested positive. I quarantined myself and got a test immediately and got the results back today. Look, this is serious, you know? Now's the time to really think
Why
about
is she in the
social
shot?
distancing.
Who is
washing
this?
your
Why?
hands.
And look. She's got
She's
that
so
wrist
concerned.
thing and that concerned
People
look.
And the I'm touching my
symptoms
mouth and
and that
face.
Stop touching your face, you dummy.
Damn, Steve-O, that's perfect, bro.
Now's a real time to be really vigilant about washing your hands and keeping.
End of the video,
your
she leans
distance.
forward and licks his eyeball.
Yeah.
We told our families.
Gross. Why would you do that?
Very supportive.
It's weird.
Told our colleagues.
So
and
maybe
All right,
I
Kill that.
maybe
We
I
don't need. He's not saying
obfuscated
anything.
too much.
Who is this guy?
right now.
Apparently
It's Alpha.
he's
It's Luther.
Who?
You know?
It's
Luther.
Luther. God, I love him. And this this sucks.
I
So
saw him
annoying.
described
Martin
as
Luther King Jr.? Who the fuck are you talking about? I don't know who the fuck Luther is.
he was described as Cat's actor.
Oh.
That's
Wasn't that shitty
unfortunate.
movie?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a
Most recently.
He's done a
That's
lot
not
of
what I
stuff.
would
DJ
lead
and
with.
actor.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why his wife. I guess it's his wife. I don't know. There was a back and forth in the comments about somebody said that it was a 7-year-old, and then someone else was like, "Well, your sense of age is really fucked up."
Yeah, she could have been anywhere from 16 to early 20s, probably. Who the fuck knows? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Just
Definitely
a
not
teenager
7.
touching her face. That's all it is.
And then some people were mad because he was making it seem like it wasn't a big deal, which it didn't really seem that way.
Oh, yeah, he just said he didn't have symptoms
Yeah, it's
and
like-
just immediately quarantined himself just in case.
Motherfucking carrier.
Well, I am. I'm going kind of the Princess Bride route. What's the dude's name?
Diego Montoya.
No, the fucking main character.
Andre the
Wesley.
Giant.
Wesley.
Greg Ashworth.
Wesley. You know how he gets in the battle of wits with the other dude.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Yeah, and it turns out that he had, I guess, immunized himself from this whatever particular kind of poison,
Uh-huh.
right? Because over time he had just done a little bit.
Anocaine.
Yeah, and built up an immunity to it, right? So I thought that I would go ahead and start my immunity treatment with Corona Light.
Oh.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go full though later.
Well, later
You gotta
on,
start
yeah,
light.
you build up a tolerance over time.
Man.
It's brilliant.
You can't buy Corona without someone making a comment. I have one data point on that, but so far it's 100%.
Just go to a restaurant and be like, I'll have a Corona,
Yeah.
hold the virus. And I'll take a lime with it, hold the disease.
Oh, you.
Oh, boom.
Yeah.
Do the mom Karen, I made a funny shoulder shrug, shoulder wiggle.
So that's your strategy, Steve. How are you doing besides that?
Besides that,
Good.
I now have my hands on a jug of hand sanitizer that I keep. in
Say
my car.
what, motherfucker? When were you planning on telling old Brad this?
Well, it's staying in my car because I deal with people all day, every day.
You're gonna get your car broke into if you have that out. You need to put it in a box or something and write box of shit on it.
Put a sweater over it.
Box of shit.
Yeah, no, it's one of those the dispenser ones that go in a hand sanitizer dispenser, and it's sitting in my passenger seat. I
Just found it at work and nobody was using it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I
use
sanitize
it
my
for work.
pen and my hands and my steering wheel and shifter from time to time. Usually,
I made my own hand sanitizer.
yeah. Out of
Yeah.
He
Everclear.
spits in a cup and puts it in the sun.
Mm. It's more like piss, but still.
I didn't want to give away the secret ingredient.
So my sister Eileen made a batch of hand sanitizer, and she couldn't use aloe because my mom's allergic to it.
Oh,
So what's the next best ingredient?
Avocado.
Glycerin, which
yes.
you may
Oh.
also know as lube. Lube.
Oh. Yes, I'll take lube for
Lubing up.
500. Thank you.
Lubing up at driving around, getting my hands all nice and slippery. So that's good.
Time to operate heavy machinery.
But what's it made out of? Is it you just get?
Firearm.
Is it isopropyl alcohol?
Yeah, it's
Operation
certain,
KY.
yeah, alcohol and
KY jelly.
Jello
glycerin
packets,
and
some
whatever
lube.
else. Maybe one other thing.
Is it still strong enough if you dilute it with other shit?
It smells.
It's all
strong
about the
enough.
alcohol,
I mean,
man.
Well, right, but if you dilute
Yeah.
the alcohol with the other shit,
well, that's what your hand sanitizer is. I mean, that's basically what it is. It's just alcohol in a gel.
If you go to
mixed
Walmart,
together.
I mean, they recommend 60%, but if you
Right.
go to Walmart, they don't say anything less than 70.
yeah. But then if you mix that
If you're at
with
Walmart,
something-
you have coronavirus. What are you talking about?
The ratio is 2/3 to 1/3.
Okay.
I've gone to public.
It's on the
to get-
internet and stuff. If you've got the internet.
I don't know what you're talking about. Internet.
It takes.
What were you going to say, Brad?
It takes 15 rolls of toilet paper. To get
So
internet.
I've gone to Publix a couple times to get turkey for packing lunch, and so I don't touch those things that are supposed to separate the order. I just place my shit far enough back, but anytime somebody gets in line behind me, they'll grab one of those things and put it there, and I just look at them like, you're stupid. You're touching something that's surely not sanitized, and B, no one's going to mistake my one thing of turkey for being your 5 boxes of macaroni and bullshit.
This is the day and age, Brad, where the
so
handkerchief needs to come back.
That's true. Well, then you're
You
putting
don't
the
need to offer it
handkerchief
to
in your
other folks,
pocket.
But
Then
what
you're
I'm
putting it in
saying
your
is,
pocket.
you have something in your pocket that you can pull out and touch things with.
Oh yeah, I had to
Oh,
go
but not
through a
like-
bunch of doors.
Yeah, you don't need
yesterday.
to share it with other
Yeah.
people, but it's your way of touching things. I mean, I roll up my sleeves, but on my right hand, I leave my sleeves rolled down to open doors. I have done that for the last
You're
2
like,
weeks.
You're like a trendsetter. You're like LL Cool J.
Dave, I've
Just
always
like him.
considered Dave to be LL Cool J.
Dave is somewhere between LL Cool J and Idris Elba. Somewhere right in between those two. Got a Dave.
He's the bearded LL Cool J.
Yeah,
That's the only difference.
I used to think of him like a Denzel Washington, but no, he's more of a LL Cool J.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I'm just Ildris All J.
Ildris.
Ildris All J.
Ildris. It's your new nickname, Ildris.
Just all J.
Well,
Just all J.
Ildris, how are you? How you doing, man?
I
How's your mental
am overwhelmed. I'm having discussions with younger folk about them losing their rights, and I won't do this, that, or the other thing. And I have tried my damnedest to convince people that it's your civic duty to do some of these things.
Yep.
And
Like wash your hands and not touch your face.
and not don't go to the restaurant. Just don't go. Don't go to the beach. Don't do these things. There is, you know.
But it's like
There-
spring break, though.
Spring break, all dress.
Listen.
I just got a new swimsuit. How am I not supposed to go to the beach?
Who's gonna see my new tattoo? Hello.
Oh my god!
Listen, chlamydia prom queen. I'm gonna need you to dial it back.
But I'm dialing it up. Oh, girl, I get so
Spring break, girl.
cold. I'm trying
No,
to
wait a
dial
minute.
it
There
up.
should be enough room on the beach where you could get enough space.
Yeah. We went.
Yeah, there is
This
around
is
here.
this is my problem with the fucking the gym, man. Like I went to the gym Monday. It was barely anybody in there. There's
Hey.
all
Don't
kinds of
go
room.
into the gym. You're gonna
They
die.
closed it down, didn't they? I got an
Yeah, they
email about
closed
it
it.
today.
They said like 2 weeks. As if you know what's going to happen in 2 weeks? We'll have 4 times the number of people infected with the virus. So that was fun that day. Because it's like Monday, I get all Aikido classes are canceled. We're in a city building. No more Aikido. Okay, great. That's gonna fucking kill me. I'll go crazy from that. And then I'm like, well, I'll go to the gym. I'll spend more time in the gym. Tuesday, get the email. Sorry, gym's closed 2 weeks.
At least.
My goddamn kettlebell.
Yeah, I used to have one somewhere. But yeah, it was fortunate though. Monday, I texted Patrick and Brian. I was like, oh, this Aikido thing closed. And Brian calls me immediately. And he goes, hey man, we're going to Hooters.
We're getting the corona now.
That sounds pretty good. I've only been to Hooters like one time, and I went to Hooters with Brian and Rachel Monday afternoon. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's some pure Americana. Hooters.
Did
It's
you
like the
share a
last
picture?
bastion of freedom.
Did you share a picture?
No,
Did you eat each other
no,
wings
no
sensually
drinking.
across the
It was
table?
Too early to drink.
Oh.
Too early to drink, but
Oh.
it was. They had wings, you know.
They
They
got
had
oysters.
wings and lots. There were a lot of butts in there, you know.
Oh yeah,
Butts.
they're down with the butts.
Oh, they have
Better
butts
be.
now.
They have butts. I mean, yeah, they got those shorts.
I haven't
you
seen
know.
butts in there. And
Hooters and butt. Oh, I
Ever.
got you. I see what's going on over here.
Anyway, Patrick, how are you doing?
kind of excited. We got new hours today at work due to coronavirus, so that's
They
nice.
trimmed them.
Yeah,
Fewer hours.
yeah. So we get Sundays off, and we're just open from like 11 to 7,
Oh,
So-
okay. Wow.
Monday through Saturday. So I'm
Very
cool
nice.
with that. Yeah.
I really feel like we should pack as many people as we can into as few hours as we can. This
That's
is my
what I've been
favorite
saying,
thing.
man.
This is my
Yeah.
favorite thing
Yeah.
about being a guy that only goes to Walmart at 2 a.m. because I already want to avoid the people that go to Walmart because Walmart in Tennessee is like a fucking hillbilly zoo.
No.
So I don't want to.
What we want you to
Well-
do, we need you to come in at about
Yeah.
6 o'clock.
No,
Right when everybody gets out of work,
Yeah.
and the only time that they can go, because we're shutting the doors at 9.
yeah.
So we need you to come in right at the same time when everyone else is coming in. That
I mean,
way we can
everybody-
avoid the spread.
They're trying to
same
spread it faster, man.
We're trying to flatten the line, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, flatten the curve.
Yeah, flatten the curve. That's it.
Flatten the curve. Yeah,
Flatten the line. Man.
that's like
Round it out. Here we go.
that doesn't make any fucking
I
sense.
know. That's
to
what
me.
I've been saying. Like, I'm like, okay, so they're shortening their hours so that they're concentrating the time when people are going to be there. Now, some grocery stores are opening earlier for some of the elderly folk that get up that early, so they can go ahead and go and do their shopping before everybody else gets in there.
7 o'clock isn't early enough.
Well, I don't know. I just heard that they're opening early. I don't know what time they opened already, but they're opening earlier, and that
Right.
makes sense to me because you're not going to get most people up any earlier. You know, because they're the ones that we're supposed to be all concerned about is the elderly. You know, let them have their time to shop, but don't. I don't know. Everything else compressing the time where everyone can go and do this shit.
Here's
elbow
what they
to
should
elbow.
do: open 24 hours, only allow a certain amount of people, number of people in the building at one time. Somebody comes out, you can go in.
Yeah.
Keep them 6 feet apart at all times. If anybody gets within 6 feet of you, you have to scream.
Spray
That's
them
what
with
you do.
Lysol.
Spray them with Lysol.
In the eye.
That's what you do. 24 hours and appointment only.
The grocery store?
I'd be okay with that.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Your
mean,
grocery
you know
pickup.
what? There's already a standard number for the fire marshal,
right.
and that number is there. You have to decrease that number by a significant amount.
50%.
10% of
the-
what maximum capacity is. 10%.
Is the 50% thing, is that a nationwide thing, or is that just here? Where the restaurants, they had to reduce their capacity by half?
It's like that up here too.
Okay.
They had to cut it in half. Nobody can be like within 6 feet
Right.
at a table.
Right.
Type thing.
Now, what if their tables were already 6 feet apart? I don't know why a restaurant would want to do that.
I don't know.
Then they're in luck. They don't have to do any extra.
And they don't have
They've
to
been
move any
prepping.
tables. They're fine.
Or how about everybody? You can fill it up, but everybody has to be facing away from somebody. Nobody can be facing each other. So you just
Oh yeah,
It's
so
just
the
bad.
person that you're
Everybody's
eating with
facing
has
the
to look.
wall.
Yeah.
Well, I had this
Yeah.
idea today, and I think it's a pretty good one. I should probably like write the governor or something, or I'll write Trump.
All right, the
If
governor.
we could just outlaw all words that have the letter P in them, because when you're speaking, the letter when you say the
He said the P.
you say P, that's what sends the
Popping
spit
your
flying.
Ps.
Is
Popping.
if you
P's and B's, man. P's and B's.
yeah, bees,
What about
No
those
P's,
S's?
no
bees are-
B's.
well,
Bees.
that's okay.
It's a
If-
soft
well,
P.
If you have a lisp,
You guys have a list.
you
You're
have to put
getting
that clause
shot.
in there.
Okay, all right. If you
You
have
also
yeah.
You also have to ban words that end with th because it's with.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's start with P's and
I
see how.
think
See
we
where that
might
gets
just have to kill the people with lisps right now.
us.
Might just have to start, we
Make
might have to start hanging people in the streets.
You can make them wear masks. If you have a lisp, you have to wear a mask, and it has to say lisp on it, like it's the scarlet letter.
Yeah.
The scarlet lisp.
Oh, Mike Tyson.
We could steal, yeah.
Yeah, Mike. Go ahead and put the mask on Mike Tyson.
We could
When
get
he's
their
sleeping.
paper towels. There's no paper. Why are there no paper towels?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like
The
we
toilet
run out of-
paper's
we run out of
gone.
fucking toilet paper. It's like, well, here's some rough toilet paper. We'll just buy all of that too.
You know what's so funny
Fuck,
to
man.
me about that is, that's why the toilet papers the toilet paper goes, and then the paper towel goes, because somebody goes,
Cut
well,
'em in
with the
half.
selector size, it's just like toilet paper. But
You guys can do baby wipes.
I mean,
Yeah.
Those are gone too, bro.
Yeah.
Really?
It's gonna
Oh,
kill
yeah.
the toilet, the septic system.
Yeah, with paper
And of
towels.
course,
Well-
they're going to use those first
Just-
because, they don't want to run out of toilet paper, so they're going to use the paper towels first.
And why don't you want to run out of toilet paper? Because you don't want to have to use the paper towels.
Right.
Start with the paper.
I hope they're drowning in their own shit. I hope they back up their tank and that shit comes out of their fucking bathtub.
Yeah,
Comes right up out of there.
it's the same.
You know,
reason-
people-
It's times like this where my 3-sheet rule is perfect, man.
So you only do like 3 tiles?
I can wipe my ass minimum twice with a 3-sheet.
What's your process with this? Do you
Wow.
like
Yeah,
fold them
we
on
need
top
some
of each
detail.
other?
Or
Or...
fold.
Hang on.
You
He's
gonna
gonna
show us?
demonstrate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. There he goes. He's pulling down his
This
pants
is like
right
getting
now.
way too personal.
I wonder if
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
that's
single
too much.
ply or double ply.
This is why y'all want to be watching this shit live.
Yeah. You want to see
Literally.
Dave's butthole? He did say he was shaving his ass crack
He
earlier.
did.
Maybe that.
This is why.
Yeah, he's prepared for this.
His slap said, "Gotta stay lubed up."
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
One,
Three
two,
sheet.
three.
It's a
Okay,
3-sheet wipe.
what kind of ply is this?
You are wasting
2-ply.
toilet paper.
Two-ply.
No, he's gonna put it back. Don't worry.
yeah, he's
Michelle will
gonna
ask
tape it back in there.
questions.
3
He'll have
sheets.
answers.
That's like
Okay.
$12 right there.
3
Damn.
sheets.
That is gold.
So, all right, you fold them, you triple ply it. Oh,
No, he just
That
double
was quadruple.
he just
yeah.
double. He just
No,
folded
he
it
just
in
folded
half.
in half.
Oh.
Hamburger.
That's
Quadruple.
what?
So that's how-
Double
octuply?
hamburger.
Okay.
So
All
you
right.
you fold it up. You don't bunch it. You fold it.
No, I fold it. All right.
Bunching is for
Okay.
retards, dude.
Okay,
So-
you make your wipe.
Guess I'm a
all
retard.
right?
I don't
All
know.
right.
You make your wipe.
Which
Change your
direction
life,
do you
bro.
go
We'll
with the
do
wipe?
it Steve-O style.
Front to back?
No, that's not my style.
or back to front.
That's not
All
my
right.
style.
Okay.
You're gonna get shit on your balls doing it back to front.
You have to make your swatch check. Okay, how bad is it? And then what you do is you
What?
fold it
Oh, you go in again? What?
and you get another one.
Oh,
No way.
you thin it up
And then
like
you
that?
wipe again.
That's dangerous, man.
Yeah, dude. That's,
How do you not get
You are
poo on
trying
your
to
hands?
do super advanced techniques right now.
What is your diet, Dave? Where you can
Never
trust
had pink eye. Wipe my ass that way for more than 20 years, bros.
oh, man.
Wow. Pro
It's
tips.
important to wash your
Life-
hands.
Yeah,
Life hacks.
yeah, you're definitely going to need to after that.
Do you know what brought
After
that
you're
on?
juggling toilet paper.
Cheryl Crow.
What?
Cheryl Crow said
Right.
everybody needs to only use 2 sheets of toilet paper.
Oh, well, fuck. All I want to do is have a little fun before I die.
Right? Right?
Was this in a song that
My
she
response
made?
to that
Yeah.
was, you have to use toilet paper twice as much as everybody else. So males should be allowed to use 3 sheets.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me?
I'm 3 sheets all the way.
Yeah. I mean, you
Wait.
gotta
Oh,
wipe
I go
your
way more.
you gotta wipe your vacuku, and then you gotta wipe your ass. So we don't have to wipe our dicks. So I'm just saying, if she's using 2, I should be able, because I'm doing it at least half the time.
Oh,
I should be able to have 3 sheets.
like 20% of the time, maybe.
Yeah, that makes
Right?
total sense.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, your
So
allotment
if
should
I
be higher.
can at least
That adds up
use
com-
3
yeah.
sheets twice, Sheryl Crow, you can lick my ass to clean it
Whoa.
next time.
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh,
you're doing
You
some
hear that,
internet
Cheryl?
beef here.
yeah, I
Open
know you're
offer.
listening.
Why didn't I write down that name? Fuck.
Ildris is ready, Cheryl.
Yeah,
There's-
it'll just
There
ready
is
for that
there
ass.
is a science and a method to everything in everyday life. And you can apply it to the coronavirus. You too.
Yeah. Well, I have
Or
a rule. Like
Chinese virus.
you're doing
we'll
all this
call it.
folding it up here in front of your face. I have a rule where once the TP has been tarnished, it does not breach the lip of the bowl. It doesn't come back out of there for inspection.
Yeah, that's like playing Operation. That's
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
do that shit.
that's exactly what it is.
I just
I mean,
use
that's just
and
wasteful.
drop. No,
I mean, that's just wasteful. I mean, you should measure twice, cut once. I mean, that's just wasteful.
How are you
Measure
measuring?
twice, cut
I mean, you're
once.
not
The white.
sawing something, you're playing with a blowtorch. Different. That's unpredictable. You are playing with fire, sir.
Listen, man, if you ain't got the skills, all I got to say to you is get good.
Okay. Now you don't suddenly get good right before the Olympics is about to start. You don't learn how
No
to
one
shot
has
put
mentioned
3 days
anything
before the
about
Olympics.
No, we're entering the
No
shit
one has
Olympics.
mentioned anything about the Olympics. What the fuck's going on with that shit?
They're
I
still
mean, we're
having it.
canceling SEC this,
Oh, it's supposed
NCAA that, but it's like,
Summer.
I mean, it's like the 3 monkeys: hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. When it comes to the Olympics, that's just around
Well,
the corner.
Japan's got it under control. They probably just don't want to bring all these other fucking people into the country. Would be my guess.
Well, if they got it under
I
control,
doubt
they
it's
need to
gonna
fucking
happen.
send my brake actuator this way so I can get my damn car back.
It's probably at the dealership. They're just like, sorry, can't work on it, Corona.
Yep.
Nah, I don't think it's that kind of job because it's not like a in your face. I don't know. I don't want to talk about my car.
Dude, I just had my oil changed today, so
Congratulations.
people still working
Is
on.
that what you call
that's what-
wiping your ass with toilet paper?
This is what I this what I since I can't do any of the things that I normally would do. It's like, I lost control of aspects of my life. So what do I do to gain some control?
Yeah.
All right,
Get
all
the
right.
oil change.
I'll clean my camper. I'll wash my dirty, disgustingly dirty car I haven't washed in like half a year. Inside out, get an oil change, Get out this rug and beat it. Beat the rug.
That's a good idea.
Beat
You
that
know?
rug.
Yeah.
Do think cleaning is a good way to, if you start to get depressed, just clean it because you feel like, hey, I did something, Did
Yeah, and
something
whistle while you
useful.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, put on some
Yeah.
headphones and start cleaning, and you'll just keep wanting to clean.
When we were doing a bunch of painting, we went and bought a bunch of paint to do all these rooms, and inside home improvement is a great time if you're quarantined. Go
Yeah,
out
the
and buy
show's a
yourself
great
some
show to
paint.
watch. It's a great show.
Maybe put a chair rail up in a room. Get you a miter saw.
Yeah, you got projects
in your room.
Oh,
Miter saw in
Yeah,
your room.
just put it up right next to the bed.
I guess. Yeah. They give you something to clean up later.
Yeah,
I'm in hopes that
sturdy
in
ass.
about a month I'll have a different place to podcast from.
You guys want to see some numbers? Florida.
Oh, yeah.
The numbers are
Deck
fun.
card like numbers, Steve-O. You know that.
Florida has this really cool interactive map where you can click on any county and see what's what. Tennessee doesn't have such a thing, but they do have a chart. We've got we have
That number got higher.
that number got
what do we got?
that number got higher in Brevard County.
Uh-oh.
We got 2 total cases.
It went up 50%.
Those motherfuckers.
Well, I think that's going up 100%.
Is it?
Because it went
It
from
is
1 to
100%.
2. But they
It's
need
gonna
to-
double every week. I can just tell you that.
Yeah,
That's the way it's gonna go.
Nathan's not wrong.
for how long? Till everyone gets it? Is that what it's
Pretty
going to
much.
take? Everyone?
Okay,
Uh-oh, we just lost
Yeah.
Patrick.
Uh-oh,
I
he's got
mean-
the virus.
No.
let me put it this way. So, Tennessee right now has roughly 65, somewhere in there. It might have gone up to 70. I don't know, but
78.
if you double that every week, 14 weeks, that's over 1 million people. So,
Let's see. Well,
Yeah.
you guys aren't even
Give 'em
on. You guys are. Blount County's not even on the chart for Tennessee.
Knox County's got 2.
Severe
last time I
Hole.
checked.
Knox got 2. Severe's 1.
Johnson.
It's fucking Nashville's the one that's fucking y'all over. 58 cases in Nashville.
Ooh.
What I have I got a fan. I'll toot my own horn. I got a fantastic imagination, and I run this shit through, and I'll have to stop myself because I started creeping myself out. But one of the things I think that we should all expect is that the cases will increase so much that you will find the numbers can't keep up. I think that's true. And, I was really glad at the task force meeting broadcast that happened on Monday. You really saw a side of Trump that was a whole lot different. And I think at the end of this, it's going to take us about a year to get through it. 8 months, we'll see a peak. And it'll take us a year to get through it. And then it will be a reoccurring seasonal flu shot.
Endemic.
You think we're going to have a vaccine in a year?
No, I'm saying yearly.
It's going to be an endemic.
It's not going to go away.
It's going
It's here. It's
population.
done.
It'll do like the flu does.
It'll be in the
year.
population the way the cold and the flu is.
You know how you'll watch the news and they go, don't forget to get your flu shot. Be prepared to see commercials and advertisements of such sort. Don't forget to get your COVID-19 shot.
I'm actually seeing, it's not a vaccine, it's just a medication, it's a treatment. I've seen 2 different articles. One is from Japan, and I think the other one might have been from Israel, showing highly effective treatment. So there is some hope for that. I don't know.
Well, I guess the
Corona?
silver lining could be that
Slow and low.
the world is taking it seriously enough that they'll probably, if there's a way to beat it, they'll figure it out. There's a lot of smart people thinking about it.
I really wish Jerry was on here. I'd like to hear some of his thoughts on martial law.
I thought Jerry. Yeah, I was thinking Jerry might be on here. I almost texted him to say, "Hey, you want to say something about this?" But
Yeah.
I'd like to hear from you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Mr. Redacted.
Somebody text him.
Want to say hi? Anybody else want to say hi? Well, before how you doing?
Hi,
Becca, how you
Jerry.
doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Steve-O?
Hello,
How you doing?
everybody.
Hello.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Hello, how you doing?
I blew my
Hey.
load with my Corona Light joke. That was my
Yeah,
that was my
Oh,
load.
you did. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I got
Becca.
well,
Yes.
Becca, and then Brad. Becca,
Oh, yeah.
how you doing?
I forgot all about this part. We got a Wasslin update. So we
Something fun before I start yelling in a few minutes. That'll be
yeah,
good.
for real. This is awesome.
just keep drinking.
Mhm.
Yeah, we didn't
so-
we didn't rub elbows with anybody.
Yeah. I mean, there were quite a few people out, but we were able to bob and weave, avoid everybody.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, down by the
so-
water it was. Yeah, I mean, it really wasn't even that packed. There's still enough room out on the beach for people to keep their distance. I mean, people aren't distancing themselves from the people they came with, but that's to be expected. You probably live with those people anyway.
Right. Well, it was a fairly normal day. On the way back, there was hardly anybody out, and it was dark out. And we passed a lifeguard tower, and Steve-O was like, "Let's go climb it." And I was like, "Okay." And so he climbed up there, and then I climbed up there, and it was simple enough. And we just sat up there and just like looked around for a while. It was really cool. It was like 8 or 9 feet off the ground.
Something
Or
like
so.
that. Yeah.
It's kind of like
the
a fish
feet-
story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've seen a lifeguard stand, but the foot rest or whatever, basically it would hit you in the forehead as a 6 foot tall dude.
Mhm.
So a couple minutes, we're like, all right, let's start walking. So right before we get up, Steve was like, getting down, that's the hard part. I'm like, oh, you think so? And then we both like start to climb down, and then we start to feel it start to tip forward. And there was no stopping it.
Yeah.
It fell. And we were both still up at the top. And it was like, it felt like I was in Mission Impossible. Like I had to make a decision, like what to do. And we both had to like decide when to jump to like land right so it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
And
The wrong
landed,
decision
and
could cost you your legs.
Right. And I landed, and I was bracing myself for it to hit me in the back of the head, but it didn't, because it just stopped short in the sand. It was just the seat part was so long that the headrest didn't hit me, and just it was so awesome. It was so fun. It was scary.
So wait, is this like a seat for one person?
No,
No,
well,
it's pretty
it's double
big.
wide. It's for 2 people, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if there's usually 2 people sitting up there, but it's definitely wide enough for 2 people.
Did you
Maybe
land
the
on
pro-
Did you land on a sea turtle's nest when that happened?
Shit, we
Don't
missed
think
it.
so.
Oh, okay.
Fucking missed it. Yeah, it was pretty exhilarating. It was like, don't fuck this up. I didn't fuck it up.
I didn't
She
either.
didn't
My
fuck it
ankle
up.
hurt a tiny bit for a minute, and then it was good.
I went with the just try to make my entire profile hit the sand at the same time,
Yeah.
and then it was like landing in soft snow. It was great. Of course, then I'm covered in sand in my pockets and my ears, and the pouches in my backpack.
So, did you put the stand back up, or did you leave it
We
there?
We actually
Did.
did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like, should we stand it back up? Like, well, I guess we could try, and we managed to do it. It was
It was heavy.
It was pretty heavy, but
That was nice.
once it was stood up, it was like, oh well, obviously it's gonna fall forward because it wasn't like leaned backwards enough. It wasn't even like straight up and down. I mean, I guess maybe it moved a little bit or whatever and didn't go right back into the slot where it was, but it needed to be adjusted so that it would lean more towards the back. It's a little front heavy, you know what I mean?
I'm really glad it didn't happen on the way up. I feel like that would have been worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we hadn't made it any of the way down. We were still on the top step, like reach, like kind of trying to get around that armrest to get around to the side of it, you know?
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know how many lifeguard stands you've climbed, but you climb up the side.
Right, the ladder part, right? Isn't there a
Yeah.
ladder?
Yeah,
But-
it's not even
Ladder
really
part.
a ladder. It's like
It's just
like
planks.
yeah, it's just some like it's the structure. You just
Gotta be
climb it up.
wide enough for
It's just a siege engine.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
guys
both of
climb
them.
down on the same side?
No.
Yeah.
of course.
Why the fuck didn't you climb
No.
down on opposite sides?
We didn't.
No, I mean-
Because they're
no.
dumb.
No, we
What do you
didn't
mean?
climb down on the same side.
What do you? No, I mean like no, like
Yeah,
on the
you
front.
totally
Weren't
did.
you in the front? I was in the front.
Yeah, I don't think that's
You
what he
guys
meant.
don't know what side of the thing
You
you were
weren't trying to
climbing
climb down
down
the
on.
front. You try to climb down the side. It's just that we both were trying to, because you kind of go around the front of the arm, you know, and then I think we were both doing that, and so the weight was forward, and
I understand how you guys,
You guys
felt.
were
It makes
drunk, I
complete
get
sense
it.
to me. Yeah, I understand.
you want me to draw a diagram?
No.
Go. Yeah, do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get
Fuck
paint
yeah.
out.
Do it.
Get that
Draw
MS
us an egg.
Paint working.
Draw us an egg on top of a tower.
All right, we'll draw fucking brushes.
Speaking of a guy that likes towers, Brad.
Hey,
How you doing, man? How you
I'm
doing?
good. I'm good. So, I got to do some cool shit yesterday. I got to go to Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex when it was closed to the public.
Lucky fucker.
Oh yeah, it was kind of cool. And I even asked the guy too. It was like, "Is it cool if I take pictures?" And he was like, "Yeah." So this is not a picture of Kennedy Space Center complex, but this was a realization that shit was getting real. But
Told you guys shit was gonna get real. I told y'all. Nobody listened. You just laughed. You just laughed at me.
actually, you sent that text message, and I was gonna spend my money on the stock market, and instead I went out and spent it all on supplies.
Oh, that's good.
So I heeded your
Yeah.
warning, but then was too busy
Yeah,
to reply
alright.
back. So I got to. Of course, it's not as good as Steve-O's pictures, but you got old Falcon 9 over here, and you got the VAB over here, and yeah, and this was on the roof. I got to take this picture of a very empty Kennedy Space Center, and that's just a different picture. And that's a fancy picture. I got the rocket, or the booster, rather.
Oh, I do. That's a good picture, man. I like that.
Mhm.
Is
This
that
one?
done on your phone?
Yeah, this was just on the phone. That was a wide angle. And then I got to take this picture, which you never ever get to take because this is
It's always covered in buses.
it's covered in buses and the
It's covered in
admin-
buses.
covered in buses. They're crawling all over the
That
place.
Somebody
sign's
clean
all
these buses
covered in
up.
buses. Who put all these buses here?
But yeah, you'd never be able to stand here because this is also the actually no, this was the administration bus parking. Because over to the right, the administration building's over there, and to the left is just the bus parking. So yeah, you'd never really be able to get this shot. So it was cool because I got to walk through the empty building up to the roof. Of course, I was escorted by 3 other guys. One guy knew the way, and the other 2 were just like, "Well, we want to see what it looks like on the roof." So that was pretty cool. And then when after I got up there, they were like, "Well, see ya. We got to go take a lunch." So they just left me up there on top of the space launch experience all by myself. So I could pretty much
Did
do
you like
whatever I
see like
wanted.
the mechanics behind it and stuff?
So the guy was telling me about the mechanics behind it, and I think I didn't actually get to see it, but he told me it was like a pulley and some actuators. And
Oh, really?
hopefully-
It's not
yeah.
even like it's not like mechanical looking.
I'm sure it's probably like a hydraulic pump to actually put you up on your back, but then it's just pulleys that open that cargo hole where you see Earth and
Oh
shit.
yeah, I've seen that. I could
Yeah.
see. You can see the lines when you're running.
The guy was like, "Oh, it's kind of cool that we get this time to shut down because now we can take this time to upgrade a lot of the stuff that we would never have time to upgrade."
You mean perform the routine maintenance that we never do?
Exactly. Yeah. So I got to see the, I guess, crew area, or I guess the employee area of Kennedy Space Center. And yeah, it was cool just walking through that building like, nobody's here. It's kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
that'd be pretty sweet.
So,
Anything you can do to make Steve-O jealous.
oh yeah.
Had a good day.
Well, I think all I'd have to do is throw a well, no, because I had to have my people call up, or my people get with their people, and they had to tell the gate that I was coming in to expect me, or the security at the gate. And they were really nice, but still love my job. And the cool thing is like I really only had contact with 4 people today.
Right.
Total.
You're not in this industry like the rest of us.
Yeah, no,
One of
I had dinner with a couple friends from my old work on Monday, and they told me that I picked the perfect time to get out of the service industry because they've been just dead and no one's making money, and it's really bad.
Still sharing your screen.
Well, that's
fine.
kind of what I want to go into is in this whole fucking in this oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you do need to show that picture while you're there. There you go.
While you're there.
Yeah,
While
while
you're
it's
there,
here,
pictures,
I'll just
show
go
that
ahead and
picture.
put this up.
I deserve it.
So, yeah, I'm glad to be out of the service industry, and I don't have contact with people anymore, so I'm probably not going to get sick unless Steve gets sick. Man, fuck. The fuck was that noise?
Well,
Sound like a fucking
Fucking alien.
velociraptor.
Now,
Yeah, what was that?
my diagram is ready
Oh,
for
sweet.
your
Oh.
consumption.
Please share it with the rest of the class.
Let's see. Okay, so this is
Yeah.
this is
Pretty
the
sweet
side
chair.
view of the tower. See, and this is
Very
like the
good.
footrest, and like so like if you're like a 6 foot tall dude, you'd be like here, right? And you know, so that's how tall it is, and it's like you got to reach up to grab that handrail or the armrest. And then so we're like when we go to get down, we both simultaneously like try to sneak around the side like this to get to the thing, right? So we're coming out the front and we're putting all the weight on the front, and well, I can't rotate this all, but you can imagine this leaning forward more than it should, and then it just
Try another diagram.
Yeah.
Now I see.
Now
I see.
you
Make a little
understand.
animation.
Now
Yeah.
you understand.
Yeah.
Well, if I had Mario Paint, then maybe.
Oh, I got that.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. Oh, I got something from Dave here. I'm supposed to be pulling up. Let's go here. Chlamydia cousin discovered in deep Arctic Ocean.
What?
Told you I like to bury it deep, girl.
Well, I mean, we've been talking about, diseases and everything. So I thought this might be a fun spin on the disease nonsense. So I lost my article.
Sounds good.
God.
The fun
Ildris,
spin
Yeah,
so far.
yeah, man.
come on.
Is this what chlamydia's cousin does to people?
Makes them
Right.
forget URL.
He's patient zero.
All right.
Cousin
Okay.
chlamydia.
So they did a study in one of our favorite countries. Deep under the Arctic Ocean seafloor lurk several newfound species of chlamydia bacteria. The species, cousins to the one that causes the sexually transmitted infection STI, in case you didn't know what that was,
Oh, okay.
seems to survive despite a lack of oxygen and obvious hosts to prey upon.
We're oblivious.
New research suggests chlamydia is the most commonly reported STI in the U.S., with an estimated 2.86 million infections occurring each year. according to this CDC. The specific bacterium that triggers the disease belongs to a large group. But the scientists have unearthed a slew of chlamydia bacteria living about 2 miles beneath the surface of the Arctic Ocean.
They're just chilling.
I mean, the Russians are going up there to, grab some oil and stuff. I would expect a chlamydia outbreak, in Russia. But
isn't this why we fucking have Chinese flu right now? Because there's fucking scientists messing with things that they shouldn't be messing with. These fuckers dig up millions of years old STD.
Why is it
Same
there?
thing with Jurassic Park. No one learned any of the lessons that movie had to teach.
Isn't that one of the fears?
What even about the Transformers? Didn't they get Megatron from the Arctic?
They did.
All science now.
Isn't that one of the fears of like global warming? Is like some of the shit that's been frozen in ice for so long is gonna be released whenever like the tundra starts melting. All the permafrost.
I mean, I think we should, from here on out, we should take a more of a hands-off approach to science.
But why is chlamydia just hanging out?
Well,
underneath the Arctic Ocean.
Let's see. So, about 2 miles beneath the surface of the Arctic Ocean, growing several feet below the seafloor sediment, although subjected to intense pressure and largely deprived of oxygen, the microbes grow in abundance and even seem to dominate certain patches of the seafloor. I mean, it's a chlamydia orgy down there.
So we could give the ocean seafloor chlamydia.
I mean, think
it's
of
already
that.
done. Yeah, from the sounds of it,
Right?
Got it.
Mission accomplished. Put the banner
I
up.
mean, we can do it now to other seafloors.
Them big old squids down there got chlamydia 6 times over. So finding chlamydia in this environment was completely unexpected, and of course, begged the question, what on earth were they doing there? Lead author Jenna, I don't know your last name, a graduate student studying microbial diversity and evolution at Uppsala University in
California.
Sweden, yeah.
You got the article up.
Oh, was that? Was this going to be a guessing game?
Yeah. So, all right. So, in the place that Steve-O ruined, the study published March 5th in the Journal of Current Biology could help reveal how chlamydia bacteria first evolved to become infectious. What?
I'll say, holy shit, we need the No Square song more than ever. We need it.
Save us, No song.
Cue the No song.
What are we going to do? Cue it.
I don't know.
Cue it up.
I don't know. Wait,
Cue up No. Stop. Don't touch me there. This is my No Square.
This is my chlamydia square. All right. So what's her name and her colleagues discovered the bounty of bacteria by collecting samples of sediment near Loki's castle.
Oh, shit.
A collection of hydrothermal vents located between Iceland.
Now go on, Dave. Keep reading.
Continue.
I like it. All right. So
You can't do it.
Here, I'll turn it down a little bit. No problem.
It's too great.
It's fine. I'll turn
It's
it. I'll turn it down.
fan-fucking-tastic. So, mainland Norway and the Norwegian Svalbard Islands to the north, the team surveyed all the genetic material contained within the muck. The newfound chlamydia bacteria don't appear to rely on host organisms to survive, like their pathogenic cousins, but they may sap resources from other microbes living nearby, the author said.
Oh, well, maybe they don't need us.
Yeah. So even if these chlamydia are not associated with a host organism, we expect that they require compounds from other microbes living in the marine sediments. So there's chlamydia out there that we can't get, but
just out there, man.
But we can celebrate it for for what it really
I
is.
like celebrate. We should celebrate the 2-mile chlamydia.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Dave, for finding a story to take our minds off the fear of the coronavirus.
Yeah,
Just
I
2
mean,
miles
it's-
of the chlamydia out there
Yep,
for the taking.
just indestructible chlamydia crawling along the ocean floor.
It sounds
That's-
like some Alex Jones shit.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
gotta
it
be
could
used.
be a chlamydia apocalypse.
floor.
They're growing it at the bottom of the ocean.
We can't
Turn the
stop the
fish gay.
bacteria.
Everything pees when it burns.
It's like an inferno in my penis.
Everything pees when it burns.
It's a volcano.
Really, what happens is government, they get all these people high on DMT. And they have them go into this alternate dimension where they have sex with aliens. And they produce this chlamydia. It coagulates on the ocean floor. And they suck it up with tubes. And spray it to the Chinese.
Now,
I
we
love
got
what
this
kind of
government
warfare.
island. It's full of pedophiles. They gotta jerk off. They gotta jerk off somewhere. Where do you think all that jerk off goes to? The bottom of the ocean. Now, what is down there mixes with all the other shit that the government doesn't want you to know is down there. And all the fish pick it up, and then we eat the fish, and then it turns the frogs gay.
And you're worried about not being able to work out?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, how am I gonna get jacked, man? How am I gonna get jacked? I gotta be as jacked as Alex Jones. I can't do that.
Oh,
Body weight
maybe if you buy
exercises
his,
suck. It's too much work.
yeah.
Stand it.
Man.
Actually, you know what? Alex Jones is doing something right now that I really appreciate, and it's a perfect
Transport?
segue. Yeah, besides
Transport.
that, perfect segue into what I want to talk about. Alex Jones right now is threatening a lawsuit if the government enforces an interstate travel ban. He is his lawyers are ready. So thank you, Alex. So I want to preface this. I have been paying attention to this corona shit very closely. And as far as I know, it is far more dangerous than the flu. If you look at the flu, the deaths from the flu, you're looking at 0.1%. So one in
That's
1,000.
correct.
1 in 1,000 die from the flu. Right now, the coronavirus numbers we have, 4%.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think there's actually a graphic out on the internet that completely describes why corona or COVID is worse than the flu. And you're right, 0.1% for the flu.
1 in 25.
And it's anywhere
right?
from 1% to 3.
0.1%.
Yeah, it's 0.1% for the flu and 1 to 3.45%, I think, for corona. And hospitalizations are increased with that too as well.
So I completely recognize the danger here, and I completely support. The government should be encouraging and having certain guidelines saying we really need people to do this. This is why this thing is really serious. I mean, it's not like half the people that get it die. But right now we have the government, we have the state of Ohio just closed every restaurant and bar.
That's it.
They close every. Now, some of them I think can deliver food. It's still in Ohio.
Mhm.
And then I think New York City has done that. Illinois has done that. There's a few states that have done that. But and literally, the governor of New York said, and it was just like these statements of like, we strongly encourage people to close their businesses. And if you decide not to, there will be serious consequences.
Oh.
So, so right now we literally, that's the force of a gun. I mean,
Interesting
you
way to
literally
put it.
have the government. Ultimately, any government power is at the force of a weapon. That's a gun pointed at your face. If you do not do what we want you to do, eventually there's going to be force applied behind that. So this idea in America that they can just blanket shut down every bar and restaurant in Ohio, literally raise the unemployment rate by 600% overnight. The fact that they can just do that, I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
You know, and I get it. I understand we've already talked about it. You should be trying your best to be responsible and not spread this thing around, especially if you have it. You need to be staying in your house. But the idea that the government is going to force everybody to do these things, especially when we have a constitution. I mean, New Jersey now, there's $1,000 fine if 50 or more people get together. It doesn't even have to be in a business. If you have 50 friends over, you could be fined $1,000 just for that. We have a freedom to assemble. I mean, that's kind of in there.
Right.
Not only that, I mean, there was a guy in Kentucky that he was in the hospital. He had coronavirus. They told him they needed to stay in the hospital. He said, "Fuck, I'm not staying in this hospital. Yeah, I don't feel like I need to." And
Then he
I'm
went
guessing
to
he's
Applebee's.
well, no, I'm guessing he's probably thinking of the thousands and thousands of dollars
Right.
of a bill he's going to have. So what happened is he went home. Police followed him, and they have now surrounded this guy's house to block him in, to make sure that he does not leave. That's a guy in
When
Kentucky
that's probably
right
what he was
I'd
going to
rather-
do anyway.
I'd rather be at my house than a fucking hospital
Maybe.
racking up a bill.
Yeah.
And I think
mean,
they
I don't-
would rather you too.
Oh, of course they would. I mean, but so it's just one of these things. This really makes me think about 9/11, and already the reaction from this is way beyond 9/11.
Oh, yeah.
by far. I
Yeah.
mean, and what things like Patriot Act and surveillance, things that happened under 9/11. So what are we going to get stuck with now? Whenever this thing
Right.
is done, and it might take over a year, they're saying, oh, it could be 18 months before you can live like you used to live. What's gonna be in law once that's over?
Right.
It's
Everything that they do
Man.
should have a like a temporary part to it. It
Trump
should-
just re-signed in the Patriot Act not too long ago.
really.
I
Yeah.
think anything that they do now should have a sunset clause in it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you, Dave.
Yeah,
That's what I
absolutely.
was trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures, and I'm glad you brought up 9/11 because to that end, and let us not forget that was years ago by this time now. I mean, it really was. It was a long time ago.
19 years.
And we willingly, because we
I did
wanted to
that
feel
math.
safer, we gave up a lot of liberties
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
get past that event. And I fully expect that that's going to happen here too.
Yeah.
So what is normal is not normal anymore, and you're going to find that. For me personally, I can't speak for you guys. For me personally, I remember after 9/11, this surge of nationalism and patriotism, and I remember getting all these American flag stickers sent to the house when for work to put them out, and I'd like to see that as the country. I don't like the coronavirus, but as the
Drinkers,
country is
Corona
as
beer.
divided as it
Join
is,
together.
I would like to see the sense of nationalism come from this, where we take care of those bars that are closed in some way, shape, or form, and I think we're really trying hard to do that. And we'll be cleaner people after this. That guy that Steve-O noticed left the bathroom last week that didn't wash his hands is going to wash his hands. I'd like to hope that that's the outcome.
I yelled at someone else on Monday while we were wassailing. We went to fucking Coconuts on the beach, and I took a piss, and there was a dude already in there taking a piss before me, and I'm at the urinal, and as he finishes up, he goes straight for the door. And I shouted at him, but I have to assume he heard me, but he definitely didn't react. I just said, "Not gonna wash your hands, huh?"
I like it.
Damn,
Spreading
dude, you're
the
gonna get your
virus,
ass
huh?
beat.
I almost said
And
something because
contract the virus.
I did because it was like a quick glance, you know, and I'm like, well, I probably won't even recognize him whenever I come out of here, but he happened to be at the bar, like directly in front of the bathroom door, and I really wanted to stop and say something to him.
Steve-O, you gotta.
He's gonna
look at
punch
their-
you in the eye,
look at
and you're
their-
gonna get
look at their
pink eye
back.
on top of a black eye.
Yeah.
No, what he actually did was walk
Back.
straight up to me and he goes, plaid shirt on the corner, didn't wash his hands.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on that one.
I hope you said it really loud so people next to you could hear.
Yeah.
At
So they
least
could
the
all look at
bartender
him.
Yeah.
probably heard it.
That's like there's this this Russian YouTube channel that I've watched for years. They're called I think they're called Stop a Douchebag.
Yes.
Yeah.
I talked about this. So
I've watched some of the
when
videos,
somebody when somebody like does some crazy shit on the road, I guess nobody enforces any traffic laws. They'll
Yeah.
slap this huge sticker
Right in their
on
windshield.
the windshield, and they just get in fist fights with people on the street. They're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You gotta
like those
have your own
card
version of that,
guys.
Steve-O.
Yeah.
You get a big sticker. Guy walks out without washing his hands. Slap it on his back. Says, "I don't wash hands. I'm a
Yeah.
douchebag."
It's just so rare. It's like I've got to have just the right amount of beers in me for that side to come out.
And then be ready to fight an angry Russian.
Yeah.
You know, and you know how we were talking about earlier, how I have this great imagination. I love it. I'm just blah, 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 blah. But can you imagine how this goes from here on out? We're making jokes and being funny about this guy not washing his hands. But what if the new norm is outing people for not washing their hands?
Yeah,
Good.
or if instead of Republican versus Democrat, it's hand washers versus non-hand washers. I think we can unite.
You know, we
can
always
unite
bitch
against
about
a common
Big
enemy.
Brother watching us and people being paid to rat other people out. But
Yeah, you're just gonna have a bathroom attendant in every bathroom now.
yeah,
With a
that's
full
good idea.
hazmat suit on.
Yeah.
I mean, well, to kind of tie into this and the crazy laws that might come out of this, the problem is the people that aren't taking it seriously, because we might have a better chance of stamping it out if everyone would do what the fuck they're supposed to do. Wash your hands, keep your distance, don't touch your face unless you're
Don't cough in people's faces.
yeah,
sneeze.
fucking cover your mouth, not with
Yeah.
your hand, but with
I
you know.
do. No, I agree with that. That people definitely should be doing that. I just to kind of go back around to the point I was making. Since we live in a free society, there is inherent risk in that, and so that also means like I have a responsibility to do the best I can not to spread some shit, but also somebody that, let's say you have a compromised immune system, it is your responsibility to protect yourself too.
Yeah, that's true.
You should have your shit. You should be holed up somewhere. Because my workout buddy Chuck, his fiance has some serious. She's been going through some really bad lung issues and stuff. She absolutely cannot get any kind of sick.
Yeah.
And we stopped working out a week and a half ago because it's just like he can't go out. He can't do. If he's going to spend time with her, he can't go out either. So. You have to also take responsibility, and this kind of makes me mad about the only person I'm worried about getting this virus is my mom, and my mom is stubborn, and she's going to do what she wants to do, and she manages a store, and she's going to be working. She's decided to take that risk, right? I can't force her to do. Nobody could force her to do something she doesn't want to do, right? It's like she's gonna work if she wants to work.
That's what it is
and
for me
so
too.
she's taking that responsibility on herself to say, well, I might get sick and I might, I'll have to deal with it. And then it just, now I can't take my showers at the gym. So it's like, I have to go into my mom next door to my mom's house, or maybe to my sister's, and they're like, I got to take a shower, and it's like now I have even more worry of catching it, because you don't want, when you first get it, that incubation period, you don't show any symptoms.
Yeah.
You spread it to fucking everybody, so it's like.
And that's the other
Man,
thing is, and it's probably a pipe dream, but if they could fucking figure out a way to mass produce the test and just get everybody tested, that way the people that need to can quarantine and the rest of us can go back to being somewhat normal. And then once your quarantine's over, then then it's all good. If they could just fucking figure out a test and mass produce it and get everyone tested.
Well, we have drive-through testing here at Blunt Memorial Hospital.
But how many is available? You still have to show signs and stuff. They're not just going to give it out to everybody, are they? I thought there was a shortage of tests.
My understanding was there was 58,000 tests here in Blount County.
Now there's none.
Yeah, I think they still ask you a series of questions first, and if they don't add up, then they say go home.
Yeah, that's not as many people as there are in Blount County, so it's still limited.
I do think it's your civic duty, though. I do think it's your civic duty to stay at home and do the right thing.
I agree, but we have irresponsible people that choose not to. They're treating it like it's global warming or flat Earth or what. They're just choosing not to believe it's a thing. There's a lot of people that operate under the assumption that whatever they believe is true, regardless of evidence, and they're operating under that assumption.
I'd like to believe that we're going to get this message across in a good way. I drove back from Georgia today, and the highway signs that are at every exit. Whenever there's traffic problems, and it gives you the update. And here in Tennessee now we have them at certain stretches at every exit, and the default sign on 75 was limit travel, stop the spread of COVID-19.
I like it. That's good
on the highway.
I mean,
so
it's not a law. It's just saying, hey, come on, y'all, remember.
Yeah, I'd like to think that we're going to rally behind it, and it will be fine. It
might be one of those things that some people are just going to have to be personally affected, and not necessarily themselves.
Everybody
but
has their
limit. So someone they know is going to get it, and then all of a sudden it's going to become real. But that might be
they're going to walk up to the restaurant and go, seriously? You're not open?
Yeah.
On my drive home tonight at 7:50 p.m., the Hardee's in Von Orr was closed.
Oh, my damn.
Not Hardee's.
Oh, my damn.
Somebody was without a thick burger.
Yeah.
A monster biscuit burger.
Want that loaded omelet biscuit, man.
I mean that's pretty serious.
Frisco, man.
7:50, 7:50 on a Wednesday night, a fast food restaurant was closed. No snow on the ground.
What a shame.
That's crazy.
I'd be thinking. I mean, as far as I know right now, food delivery is going to be the one thing that stays going.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
I signed up for Postmates.
I need to save up some fucking money right now because I'm in a hole because of my car with credit card debt and shit, and waste some money on stupid special editions of Blu-rays from the 1980s weird ass movies.
You'll need them when you're quarantined.
Buy that.
My pre-order of the collector's edition of the Final Fantasy VII remake has been delayed.
What?
Oh.
Fuck you, coronavirus.
Bullshit.
Wow.
Fuck you, coronavirus.
They should.
Yeah, what's up with that? Because everybody else is putting shit out early. I mean, I've never seen Frozen or Frozen 2, but apparently Disney Plus is releasing Frozen 2 early because of all these people sitting at home.
They're good movies. Very emotional.
Well,
See, I like those little things. I think that's part of nationalism. Those tiny little things that make the difference. You know, and DoorDash reducing or cutting out commissions altogether for restaurants.
Uber.
I think that's
I just
tremendous.
got a notification that Uber's doing free delivery for I guess if the restaurant's close enough, they're doing free delivery.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Fuck.
All right.
Well, let me add one more thing to my rant. Talking about this constitutional shit, okay? The issues with what the government's doing now. So the power that the president does have, the government does have, that is to close the border. And which is actually what Russia did, and Russia is virtually no cases.
Yeah, you don't hear anything about Russia.
So we could have done that, and I think it was the kind of thing of, well, actually, I mean, Trump limited travel from China. He stopped travel from Iran, and then a fucking somewhere said, "Oh no, you can't do that. You're racist if you do that." And apparently, the case that brought coronavirus to New York City was somebody traveling back from Iran. So thanks for that.
Thanks.
So it is constitutional for them to close the border. They didn't want to do that just because don't piss off the airlines, don't piss off the media.
Right.
You don't want to be called racist, xenophobe. But now the airlines are already affected. Our economy is we're possibility of going into a fucking serious depression. And it's like we compounded the problem. We could have just stopped it right at the border.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nobody comes into the country. If you're a citizen and you want to come back, you got to go into quarantine. We could have nipped this in the bud immediately. But it's like this mentality, I think, in the United States is nothing bad could really happen. Like we've had it good so long. It's like, whatever. And the thing is, if this had been just, this virus was just a little bit worse, let's say if it killed a third of the people, they would have done that, and then this thing would have been over because it wouldn't have gotten over here.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's it's a wake up call for the hubris that we have with the way things have existed for so long, but it's going to get worse before it gets better.
So buy up all the cruise stock you can.
Steve, I sent you a
It
pic.
went even lower.
It's already on the screen,
Can't
bro.
wait for the floor,
Yep.
man. I'm waiting
It's
for
like
the
All right,
floor.
folks. Listen, you all know me. I love to get my groceries every pay week. My groceries are normal. They're not tons of toilet paper. They're just regular meals. And I loaded my cart and put all my shit in it. And I was getting ready to set up my time for delivery on Saturday after payday. And I got this message. There is no availability for the next 7 days at this location.
Ooh.
To make a reservation, please choose a different location.
What?
7 days. I usually, and you guys know this, those of you that are close to me, that work with me, have always known that my routines are what they are. I get excited about having my grocery order done Friday before, on payday, and getting all this shit going early, and I get my groceries, come home, put my jammies back on, and I'm done. But I have to shop like a motherfucking animal this Saturday because I cannot order my goddamn
Shoulder to
groceries.
shoulder. With all
like a
those
beast.
corona carrying motherfuckers.
Mhm.
Like a fucking caveman.
I mean,
With
and it's not
chlamydia,
anything
ancient
special.
chlamydia.
I'm just going to get groceries. It's my weekly or bi-weekly grocery trip. Wow.
Damn, those voice acting lessons are.
That wasn't me.
Was that Steve-O?
Yeah.
Oh,
Those
that's
voice
awesome.
acting lessons.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have the thumbnail turned off because my internet is complete shit right now, so I can't really see. I can only see one person at a time.
Oh,
so,
gotcha.
yeah. you and Steve, Brad and Steve, you sound similar when you're screeching like a monkey.
Like a monkey. Well, I got more practice.
Can I hear
Yeah.
you do it, Brad? Can you do it?
Nah, it just sounds like the
Exactly the same.
Disturbed.
I'm going to do it now. Let me get back from my mic.
Oh, I want to do it, but I think
No,
I'm
you
gonna
got to
make
do
my-
just the scream. It's like.
I can do it, but I'm gonna. My neighbors are gonna hear it.
Oh my God! What have we become?
Oh my god.
Oh, holy shit!
Clip that.
You know, the good side of all of this is that no matter what we go through, even if for some reason we are forced to stay at home and live out a weird existence for 2 to 3 weeks, we can still do the goddamn show.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm.
No masks
Right.
required.
As long as those internet tubes don't get filled up.
And they will.
Yeah, they will.
Oh yeah.
What are we gonna do? We need Starlink after that.
Hey, there was a they launched their 6th batch. They have now what's 6 times 60? That's 360.
300. Yeah.
There's 360.
Well,
of them
my
motherfuckers up
plan-
there.
My plan involves wire cutters and going to my neighbors' homes and just cutting their internet off.
There you go.
Perfect.
You're a
I
Oh,
should
yeah, I
have done
can
that
just-
before this show.
Yeah.
Assure myself of having the best internet connection, because no one will come out to service them because of the coronavirus. I will have a monopoly on the internet in my neighborhood.
It's
And
not
you
as
just
hard
be
as
like,
you think.
oh,
Oh,
I don't know why mine still works.
It looks like somebody tried to cut it, but nope.
You know, I'm the guy that has to go out and fix that shit now.
Not cable internet.
Not here.
Cable
No, I don't
internet.
have to fix. Well, it's the same cables.
I'll just put some kind of goddamn steel girdering around my cable so then cut everybody else and go, well, that's the reason why you guys didn't secure your shit.
Yeah.
That would be great if you were in the we did live in the same area and you cut the cables and you left up a little note that said "fuck you, Brad."
That would be great. They would
I
charge
just want to
me
leave those little notes
$350.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Good luck, fucker.
That's right.
fuck you,
Hawk
Brad,
guy.
living your best life. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think we've talked coronavirus to death. Fuck coronavirus.
Nah, we're gonna talk about it next week.
Nah, next week
Yeah.
we're gonna bring some fresh shit to
We'll
the
play
show,
a
I'm
game
sure.
or something.
Yeah, we'll play a game. Plague, whatever. What is that? Plague Inc. What's the fucking
Plague
Peggy.
Inc.
game? Yeah, we'll
We should play that against one another.
Bekah, have you been writing viral poetry?
Oh goodness, no, I forgot all about it.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
Of course I did. This one's called Operation KY. I don't know if anybody heard that one, but that was a great little bit from Dave.
All right.
Within hours of her entrance, they were getting in line behind her, not quite taking the realization seriously enough that whether or not they could build a tolerance to the battle of wits depends on the weak. If they pay attention, they'll recognize the dangerous and unpredictable atmosphere. It will eventually fall. Everything falls when it burns. Your own version will be something to clean up later.
A little ominous, just a little bit.
What?
Not like this
Little
entire
ominous,
episode.
a little bit. Yeah, ominous episode. Thank you, Bekah. Thank you to Haywood Banks for our theme song. Always grateful, Haywood. Always.
I hope he's okay where he is.
Hope you're okay, Haywood.
Hang in there,
Because
Haywood.
we're gonna need you to get YouTube off our backs.
Yep.
Yeah, hey, follow us on Twitter so you can know when we're going live and shit, and sometimes even a little sneak peek of what we're going to talk about, like today.
Cha.
We are at _verbal assault _ and don't forget, we do go live 10:30-ish every Wednesday on the YouTubes.
Support us on patreon.com/verbal assault, and also support us anywhere you get your podcast on iTunes. Leave a 5-star review and comment on there. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Let's fucking call it 865-316-6955 and just do it. Just fucking do it.
Tell us your Corona story.
You got Corona? Call up. You don't have Corona? Call up. You know somebody with Corona? Call up. You don't know anybody with Corona? Call up. You like pizza? Call up. You hate pizza? Call up. You wipe your ass with 3 pieces of toilet paper? Call up. You don't wipe your ass at all? Call up.
You bunch? Call up. You
You
fold? Call up.
Have you sneezed on something that you know other people touch? Call up.
If you're licking toilet seats in an airplane, call us
Call
up.
it. Yeah.
If you had a man yell at you, "Hey, you're not gonna wash your hands," call up.
Call up. It's your one chance to get back at him.
Yep, that'll.
Did that man have a SpaceX hat and a backpack?
He thought he was better than you because he washes his hands.
He put the R in the wash too.
Mooses, cabooses, deuces.